Well, greetings, blade fans. It's the end of 2023, and we have some reporting to do on favorite stuff, favorite blades of the year, since this is a knife review channel. And I've got 9 blades, so I'm not going to linger too long. I'm not going to spend a lot of time discussing each one. I'm going to start you off, and well, before I get into this one, I just want to say that these are under $100, okay? I was going to do budget, but I know if I set budget and you guys saw knives up near $100, you would squawk. So to prevent that, I'm saying under 100. I mean, you know, there's inflation and all that kind of stuff, and you as well as I are probably seeing prices go up and up and up, even on budget knives. So I've kept them under 100. I'm pretty certain that I have. Some come close. I will leave you links so that you can find these if you don't know how to find them. And I'm going to give you my favorite of the year for budget, and you may not be surprised. All right, well, the thumbnail showed all 9 knives. Right now we're starting off with the Bull Tusk by CIVI, and you're going to see 3 CIVI knives out today because I think they're hitting it out of the park. The Bull Tusk I have here happens to be in stainless Damascus and Ultim. Yes, everybody's got to do Ultim. Ultim fever, right? It's simply a well-made knife. So if you get this in the black blade with a green or black handle, you're going to be just as happy as if you get this fancy one. But you know, I can't help but put some eye candy out today, right? Let's back out a little bit. So because this is Ultim and it's clear and you can see into the, let me make a little adjustment here. Don't want you previewing anything. You can see the whole grid work of the frame inside there, and definitely it's weight relieved. This is a light knife for a big one. It is a tall knife. It's got the double peaks at the top there, kind of reminiscent of some of your, like the Thresher series by Gavco and so forth, just a bit. Got the opening hole. It's a liner lock. It's smooth on bearings with a nice deep carry clip that, as with all CIVIs, is transferable to the left side. I say that with all modern CIVIs. And it's inletted. You can see the cut in the scale there. So quite flush, and flat-headed screws. You don't see any screws on the profile there at all. So very smooth in and out of the pocket. The Ultim is textured. You can hear that. And it is both a flipper as well as a thumb hole opener, which can be a middle finger flicker. I'm going to set that there so we can have a parting shot before we're all done. I think I'll just run through all the CIVIs first, if that's okay with you guys. Sentinel Strike, button lock. Button locks have been big this year. Everybody's got to do button locks, and everybody's got to do Ultim, right? So a lot of the companies are simply redoing their knives and slapping those Ultim scales on. In this case, I think we have an entirely new and unique design. I've got a couple models of this. This one happens to be with the green, I think it's FRM because they molded this, and it's integral or integral, however you like to pronounce that. It is an aluminum frame, button lock, and no stick on that button lock. How about that? No stick. It's a very fidgety knife. They're doing the button locks right now. You notice I had a little trouble closing it. If I accidentally press with my thumb, it stays locked up, which I think is a beautiful thing. And it's a, I don't know if you can see it because of the black on black here, but it's quite recessed, so that if you want to close it, you got to get your thumb in there. And I like that. No accidental closures, but if you're up here in this sizable finger choil, you've got a safety margin there anyway, because if it starts to close, that finger is going to keep it from closing all the way. Nicely designed EDC type knife. Could be stabby if you wanted it to be stabby. It's a lightweight because of the aluminum in the FRN. And the blade steel is it Nitro V? No, K110. So they're going K110 on this, which is kind of a premier D2. But it's blackened, so you've got some coverage there because it's not a very rustable steel, but, you know, they say D2 and K110 are like 50-50 as far as rust, anti-rust ability, shall we say, goes. I'm going to put this guy over here. I'm not sure you're going to be able to see the whole knives because I don't want to cheat the ones that are yet to come. I said I'd do all the CIVIs first, so here is the very popular Vision FG, and I was pushing on that as though it was a flipper. It is a thumb stud opener. It is a Snex design, tan Snex, Snex tan, I think it is. There's certainly some controversy, a bit of controversy as to whether the Shark Lock came first or this guy came first. I did see a posting, you know, from quite a while ago that shows his design. Don't have the years and whatnot, but if you look up Snex Tan Vision FG or Vision, you may get a sense of the fact that he did have this design out quite a while ago. Other people are arguing that Demko had his out first. Why don't we just enjoy the knives and not worry about who came first, the chicken or the egg? Sorry, I'm not calling either one of them either of those things. Holes in the handle here. This is the Ultim. I went and got the Ultim after the fact, after I'd gotten a black one. And I think I got a fancier one with the Damascus, with the green handle. I think they make that in this one. Gave the blacked out one to Bob DeMarco to either give away or enjoy, since I had a few of them. We've got a nice little choil here. It's a very comfortable knife for your EDC type chores. Basically a Wharncliffe or reverse Tonto, however you want to look at that. High sharp grind. By the way, if you're looking for more on any one of these or more about any one of these, I've got reviews on each one individually. Just check the links in my channel. Just do a lookup on Vision and you should find it. That is cool. It looks really cool, I think, in the Ultim, because the Ultim kind of darkens down with the black frame underneath. So it becomes a dark yellow as opposed to like the brighter yellow here. Not that this is the same Ultim, and Ultim does vary. Okay, those are the three CIVIs under 100 that I find to be very enjoyable and good values. And here we have something by Vostede called the Gator. It is a giant knife, and you know I like large knives if you watch the channel. Beautiful jimping here. Sheepsfoot, they do have a Wharncliffe style, and unfortunately I'm not seeing the Sheepsfoot available anymore, so that's a shame because I kind of prefer it to the Wharncliffe model. They're both called Gators. Got an almost deep carry folded over clip. It is inletted. There's a blank on the other side that you can remove. We've got the flat-headed screws, I believe, yes. So Vostede is just knocking it out of the park this year. There's a number of Vostedes that could have made the list, but you know, I'm very attached to this large knife. It's a 4-inch blade and nice solid lockup on the liner there. It is a 3-way opener. We got a little nub of a back flipper, which works beautifully well. It is also a front flipper, which works well. And it is also a hole opener. And steel on this guy is 14C28N, which is nice. I like to see more manufacturers kind of moving away from the D2, although the D2 may be tougher all around. It is not as stain resistant as the 14C. 14C was developed for kitchen knives, I understand, and kind of made its way into utility and hunting and whatever knives down the line. There's even custom makers using that or AEBL, which is very similar. Nitro V, which is maybe a grade above. You know, I'm not a metallurgist, but I'm already spending too long talking about this guy. If you can get one, I'd highly recommend it. I love the Sheepsfoot version, if they're still available. This came and went pretty quickly. Saving the best for last, so stay with me. Kaiser Brat. This is a G10 knife that is entirely integral. Saying it both ways for those of you who are going to correct me. Nice wood grain sort of G10 there. And the mechanism is slipped in afterwards. And I saw somebody take it apart. He did a great job. I'm not going to venture into that. Got a very utilitarian kind of a drop point with a swedge with a forward belly. Steel on it is 154 cm. And hopefully I haven't gone over 100 with this one. I don't think it's the one that I didn't price check. But it is a cool knife. I think they kept it under 100, but you can fact check me when I give you the links. Very comfortable contoured handle. Love that huge length of jimping there. May not be the most popular blade. A lot of people don't really care for this wide belly forward sort of design. I do. It is an Azo design. I like it when they mark the blades, even though it's small. And that was quite the feat to create an integral button lock. It's got a little stick, but you know, a lot of these would need to be worked in to really see the full potential. I don't have the capacity to carry every knife all the time that I get because I've got too many. Maybe you do too. But it is a nice action, and you can simply gravity open it like that too. If gravity knives are verboten in your area, you may not be able to carry this knife. I don't know. I mean, so many button locks out there, and they all do the same thing. You press the button and you can swing it open. So is that a gravity knife or not? Nice action, though, on bearings. Just smooth as all get out. Okay, that is hopefully under 100, but you can check with the links. That is the Brat Kaiser knives, Azo. And I did say it was 154 cm, which kind of, 154 cm knives are coming in under 100 these days. Okay. QSP. Don't have too many QSPs, but the ones that I have, I do like a lot. This is a lot like the Penguin. It is the Swordfish. It is in 14C28N, of course. It is a button lock. It's got a little bit of stick. But again, if you don't want to lube that up with a little like, KPL or whatnot, if you don't believe in that, you open and close it enough times and it will break in and you'll lose most of that button stick. This one also has kind of I was going to say it had a nice safety margin there. No, a little less plunge on that. Tends to close a little easier, but it's nice. And same was true with the Brat, by the way. This one has got a very nice black micarta handle with a heavy texture to it. Could be like a linen, could be coarser than that, could be a canvas, I'm not sure. Looks like canvas, but it's very smooth. A lot of times you see all the fibers trying to come out in the heavier textured micartas. It is both a flipper and a thumb opener, or thumb stud opener. Very nice. Can be opened by pressing the button. And, as good as any of them. And I love that faceted sheep's foot. I'm going to call it a sheep's foot because it kind of goes way out before it drops. But you got the facet here on the grind. You got the swedge facet there. You've got kind of an extra third grind there. And a pretty pointy point. Pointy point. And the stock is relatively thin, so we've got a very thin EDC sort of point, should you want to use it that way. It is not a small knife. I'd say it's a good medium to medium large. Holds well in the hand. Jimping there, pretty fair. I would say it's good. It's good. At first it feels a little smooth. That's the Swordfish by QSP. Got a nice wire clip there. It is transferable to the left side. That's a great thing. Then we're going to squeeze it in there. What have we got left? My first one and only Leong utcx Trinity. My only Leong knife. He's offering this for about $85, I see. I got it directly from his website. It's a very nice kind of a clip drop point. Nice, even belly. Did a great job on this. High flat grind, 14C 28N. This one with a blue handle. I did see some of these in D2, and it's almost like the handle color was dictating the blade material. Hidden liners, nested liners. Nice drop to it. It is a front flipper. You can barely see it, but you know that actually works because there's some real jimping there. And even I can front flip it, which is saying something. Of course, you can back flip it and you can middle finger flick it. Good size knife. It's a large. It's like a 3 3/4 inch blade. Big slot hole there. And where are we going to fit it? How about right about there? Wow, I know I'm going to run out of space. So we're going to just be showing pieces of knives. I got 2 left out of the 9. Here we go. How about the Deep Sea? Oh, by Petrified Fish. This is one of the most beautiful petrified fish knives I've seen. It looks way more pricey than the under 100 that I believe it costs. Not deep carry and not transferable on the clip, unfortunately. Kind of a fairly pedestrian sort of clip, but you know, you do have those 2 screws above, so it slides in and out of the pocket up to a point. It's got this silver carbon fiber bolster, which really attracted me. And it's got, I believe, G10, kind of a wood grain. I don't think that's carbon fiber, but it could be. Could be. It's from K110, which again is that slightly upper grade of D2. You do have a place for the finger here, should you want to. It's a good size knife. It's, I haven't measured anything yet, but I'm kind of unsure. Wow, that's like 3 3/4 inch blade. Ah, must be why I bought it. And by the way, I buy most of my knives. Some are given to me by the for review by the manufacturers. Those are few and far between, but I usually will tell you, I will always tell you when a knife is provided for review, just so you know. And I do try to be unbiased and not too highly critical. If I like a knife, I like a knife. Comfortable handle, beautiful looking knife. The Deep Sea by Petrified Fish. And we'll squeeze that in there. We're down to the last one, and I saved it for last because I got to tell you, it is my budget knife of the year. I didn't call this round budget, but under 100, what have you. Here it is. The Night Horse, designed by Dirk Pinkerton, made by Beyond EDC, and it was a special offering by Smoky Mountain Knife Works. The only problem is this budgety budget one with the G10 doesn't seem to be available any longer, and I have heard that Beyond EDC is slowing down production and there may be some changes. This, if you like large knives and you like the Navaja persuasion, the Spanish style, look at that. Bowie clip or whatever you want to call it, a Spanish Bowie, I don't know, with that long horn style handle. How about $29.95? If you don't know that already, $29.95, 14C 28N. The action is exquisite. Drop shut, just crazy. Thumb stud opener double only. And oh boy, just such a comfortable knife to hold. And it is crazy big. It is 10 inches overall with a almost a 4.5 inch blade, like a 4.35 inch blade. So no, if you've got blade length restrictions in your area, this is not going to be for you unless you just want to keep her in the house. Look at that drop. I'm telling you, the action's crazy. You can get this still in the titanium models with various anodized color titanium handles. They're $100.50, but that's still a bargain for what you get, and you're getting S35 with that one. But for 30 bucks, I mean, no one can believe it. This is probably the best knife for 30 bucks that ever came out. And you may argue that, but for the value that you're getting, all the little details, the Dirk Pinkerton jimping style in the scales there, nice jimping out here, lots of knife, if you like your big knives, and very fidgety. Deep carry clip, unfortunately, only for righties, and it's not quite deep carry, and it's got the button head screws. It's okay. I've carried this, and it carries well. Look at that action. Just snap open, drop shut. Where are we going to put it? Let's see. How about at the top, of course? And can we back out a little bit without, yeah, kind of showing you my underwear there. We're going to make some room for it in this final shot. There we go. We'll get the blade in. We get the blade in. Let's squeeze him down. Yeah, why am I so fussy? I don't know. There you have my 9. God, how did I do it? 9 favorite folders under 100 bucks for 2023. There'll be more year-end videos coming out, so look for them. Some may roll over into early January, but do my best. Stay tuned. Be well. Don't forget to give this vid a like and subscribe. Take care.